I hope it's fixed. Let me go ahead and sign in. Sign into the chat so I can see if you guys are here. Boom, 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 boom. Make it live. Make it live. Put that on there. Put that on there. I don't know if it's fixed. I restarted my computer, double checked my stuff. You know, everything looks like it's correct. Testing, testing, testing. I am testing. I am testing. I am moving in fast motion. You know what I mean? This isn't slow. It shouldn't be slow. It shouldn't be slow. Let's hope. Let us hope and pray. Let us hope and pray that we're not lagged. Like I said, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know. Looks quicker. Is there no volume? Oh boy. Oh boy. Now you can't hear me? No. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Video is good. Okay. Let's hope. Can you guys hear me? Can Anna not hear me? Oh, I had the Bluetooth on. Okay, thank God. Okay, you scared the fuck out of me, fam. You scared the fuck out of me. We've been having issues. It's all normal. Thank God. Paul, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Dave says it looks good too. Okay, thank God. Thank God that's fixed. Okay, all right. Yeah, we are not gonna fuck with nothing now. We're not gonna fuck with anything now. We're just gonna pull up Twitch on my shit.
Gotten the coziest of.
Don't talk. Don't do it. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're good. Look like you're in slow motion on Twitch, but audio is good. Yes, it is. Check my settings. Audio is awesome. Okay, so Steve's back. Oh, he's not. I don't think he's quite back over there. This is from earlier. Let me move it just a little. Ah, shit. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. All right. Okay, all right. Testing, mic check. Please, I'm back. Part 4, because I killed part 3. That's hard. That sounds like a red bar. That sounds like a red bar. Back for back, part 4, because I killed part 3. That definitely sounds like a red bar. Yeah, what's going on, family? What's going on? Maul, appreciate your patience. Anna, good to see you, friend. I know you said you were going to be busy, probably in and out today, but I appreciate you for swinging by, saying what's up. Paul and Dave, we got your song in the lineup for Women Who Rock Wednesday tomorrow, but obviously we could always probably move that around. Let's see. I need to. Oh yeah, I gotta get that set up again. So let me. Let's duplicate the tab. Let's move that over there. We're gonna make this the home base. It's Red Bar Love Music Part 4. That's what I thought. Everything's signing out all the time now. I don't know what's going on. It is a nice warm day in the great state of Pennsylvania. Oh, I sound like a damn politician saying that shit. It's a great day in the great state of Pennsylvania. It's a nice warm day here. It's a nice warm day for sure. You know what I mean? I'm ready. I'm ready to let the tattoo see the sun again. You know what I'm saying? I need to get a little bit of color because I'm definitely pasty. I need a little bit of color on the skin. You know what I mean? Not a lot, just a little, just to take the edge off. You know what I mean? Maul said I get a gold star for the great big guess. It sounded, like I said, it sounded familiar. Right. I swear there's another song I needed to add to this one, to the list that we had already, and I'm trying to remember who it was from, because I was like, oh shit, I probably should throw that one in there today. Got the newest, I think it's the newest Carpet Man song in here today. Got Bandmade Freedom, NFY, and Modest Yahoo, King Without a Crown. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Technically, yes, it's technically the Commonwealth. They done raised the turnpike prices again, fam. It's like $80 to go across that shit now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. I remember driving down that damn road so many fucking times. I've been on that turnpike so many fucking times, man. So many times. I remember all the signs that were like, "Oh yeah, millions of tax dollars going into this, and now we're gonna raise the prices." Like already. Come on now. Come on, fam. Jessica's over on the Twitch side. I appreciate you hanging out on the Twitch side, fam. You know, I might give Twitch viewers reaction requests today. You know what I'm saying? Damn it. What was that one I was thinking of? Oh yeah, that's right. It's a Discord one. It's a Discord DM. That is right. That's what I couldn't remember. Terry, what's up, friend? How are you? Hope you're doing well. I hope you don't have to drive across the turnpike anytime soon, because they raised the prices, fam. I know. I'm so salty about it. Okay. DMs. Maul, to answer your question, yes. Is that today? Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see what you're getting at. We do it today for tomorrow. I feel ya. That sounds perfect. Yeah, we should definitely do that. I did not mean to close Discord. Okay, I need to mute Maul. Let's mute her. Let's also mute this one. And who else am I doing it? Okay, yeah. Let's copy this. And put this into the lineup. Boom. Earth to Eve. Oh, and we got Bloodywood up in here now, too. Bloodywood. Arson, what's up, friend? How are you doing today? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Today's definitely a good day for any new people who come in to get some requests in. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're doing odd times today. So we're looking for new friends. You know what I mean? We're looking for some new friends to join, because a lot of our friends aren't able to join right now. So, Milt, what's up, man? What is up, friend? How are you? Hope you're having a good day at work. Hopefully it's, not, too overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're having a nice day out there in beautiful British Columbia. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BC. Lost Hate, Rob, I see you, friend. I see you over on Twitch. What's up? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you are doing well. I think Jessica's over there hanging out with you. I think Steve's going to be a little in and out today, but I think Steve's over here hanging out in the Twitch side of things, Twitch side of life. Maul and Anna are kind of holding it down. Well, Maul mainly. Anna's kind of in and out today because she's still at work as well. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all those listening at work right now. You know what I mean? Holding it down. We're going to start with some Carpet Man today. I don't even know whose request this is. I don't think it's technically a request. It's just a channel request. You know what I mean? New Carpet Man and Black Soul, which I saw like a little thing, like I think on his Instagram, where like he's like basically kind of like co-signing this guy. Is it the same person or is it a different person? I don't know. It's all mysterious. But we shall find out. Maybe you guys know out there in the great wide world. You know what I mean? Especially you. I was going to call y'all stans, but we don't support stans around here. You know what I'm saying? We only support the super fans. You know what I'm saying? Healthy doses of super fandom. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to love an artist. It is. We do. We love supporting artists around here for sure. But there's a difference, and there is a line, that you can cross. And unfortunately, sometimes fan bases cross those lines. You know, I had a reminder of this just even yesterday, guys. Just even yesterday about the stands of the world. And, you know, when I was reading those comments, I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, man, like, these are the kind of people that they only listen to, like, the same 3 albums, like, their entire lives. And they're so closed off from new and great music out there that they're so caught up in, like, this one particular world that everything outside of that world makes 0 sense to them. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between a super fan and a stan. You know what I mean? We love a ton of artists around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot get enough of one, but then again, I'm still looking for the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never just stuck on the same person. You know what I mean? And I get it. You know, that's why we're here today. We're coming back to Carpet Man because, again, it's just another one of those artists where I keep coming back to him. I keep wanting to know more. I'm intrigued. I'm entranced, and I'm a fan. You know what I mean? So, but you got to keep it healthy, guys. You got to keep it healthy. You know what I mean? When you start attacking people for giving something praise, but it wasn't good enough praise for you, that's when you're going too far now. We're going too far. You literally said that I basically could go fuck off forever in so many words. You know what I mean? They didn't say all this. They didn't. You know, it's just how they were more or less projecting into the world, because I didn't love it enough. I didn't love it enough. So they started taking shots at me and started, like, making all these, they started taking shots at other bands. You know what I mean? They started doing all kinds of stuff. That is stan activities. What did that other band have anything to do with what that video was about? You know what I mean? That was innocent bystanders. Innocent bystanders. You attacked an entire fan base just because I didn't praise it enough? That's crazy. That's a little crazy, guys. It really is. It was really bothering me. But then again, I started thinking about, like, you know, you can't argue with crazy people. You know what I mean? You really can't, because they see the world from their perspective and nothing else makes sense to them. You know what I mean? So I hope that individual out there, you know, I hope that she enjoys those same 3 albums that she's been listening to for the last 20 years. And I hope that she listens to those same 3 albums for the next however long she lives. And I hope that, you know, that band knows how much, you know, they would be nothing without people like her in that world. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you've pushed me away from an artist now that I liked. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not going to take it out on them. I'm never going to support them again because of people like you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just not worth it. And when I get attacked for not loving something enough, when I said it was good, I didn't say anything negative about it at all. And I get attacked for that. And then you start taking other artists too. Okay, we dipped the toe into crazy, because if I give you that much more of my opinion, I can only imagine what your buddies and your friends are going to come out and say. You know what I'm saying? So I got that off my chest. I feel good. You know what I mean? So let's enjoy some healthy fandom with some Carpet Man today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Carpet Man fans out there in the world. Shout out to Ukraine for sure. You know what I mean?
so tripped out by this black soil here. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I didn't know any better, I would say it could be the exact same person. You know what I mean? They got like the exact same like size and frame and everything. You know what I mean? But when you hear him start singing and you hear like that, there's like a different like vocal register. And like as I said, I'm like, if this is like the same guy and he is just tricking the fuck out of all of us, that's crazy. That's crazy and like, whoa, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm gonna give in and I'm gonna fall into the trap. I'm believing that Black Soil is a different person. It's a different person, but I don't know. I'm gonna run with that and say it's a different person because, like I said, I feel like that's a little bit of a wild, theory to say it's the same guy, the same person. But again, so much similarities, so much. But I think it's also kind of on purpose too. You know what I mean? But yeah, everything about this is exactly what I love about Carpet Man. You know what I mean? I'm a huge sucker for the high pitched singing. You know what I mean? And he does so much of that, and so like, again, you know what I mean? I love this sound of like really much no matter what he does. You know what I mean? So this feature and all that introduction for me at least to Black Soil, I think is pretty damn fire. And yeah, I love their voice. So like the duet of this is pretty damn like it's cooking. You know what I'm saying? It's more than hard to know the truth, 'cause I don't need this world. So emo. The little drops in there I thought were really sick for the little hook chorus that they have right here. Just simple, not overdone, but like just really dope. You know what I mean? Where like when you listen to stuff like this and when artists decide that they're going to like put those kinds of things in there, sometimes they go like to extremes. You know what I mean? Well, we could draw that out for another good like 3 to 5 seconds and make the drop bigger and louder, and some people would appreciate that. You know what I mean? But I think for this, I think it's just, I love the fact that it's kind of just subtle. You know what I mean? I feel like there's maybe going to be some room for maybe some potential harder drops that way, or longer if you want to call it that, or however you want to describe it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I like the smoothness of it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's got this like it's got a very like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like very steady. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, like songs will have like ups and downs, like a roller coaster where it'll jump and then come back down. It's even when it rises in this one, it's not rising like so far above kind of like the overall like groove and tone of like what we're doing with the record. So I'm just appreciating that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
My mind feels like a crack. Tell me that you know me. King on the throne is we're alert. Charging Oscars at fall. Stopping us with golden. Tell me that you know it. Yes, I don't need this world. It's more than hard to know the truth. 'Cause I don't need this world. Just let it.
Okay, so I've said this before, and I can't remember which Carpet Man reaction, but there's probably been a couple of them that I've mentioned this, where I've said about how he always adds some sort of like, I'm going to call it imperfection, and it's not to be disrespectful. I'm going to explain myself here, where there's always some sort of thing in there where it's like a little bit of like of his like their personality that way, you know what I mean, where it's like their sense of humor or the way that they kind of like more or less take the seriousness out of it for a second. And like I said, it's hard to describe what I'm going to call, but I'm going to say it's the imperfection of the song, where if everything else is perfect, there's like one part of it always in the song where they just do something where, you know, oh, where's the beat drop? My bad. That part right there, those type of things that he does, there's always something in there, I feel. Always something like it. Not every single song, but you know what I mean? But like, there's a lot of it. And so like, I love the fact that they do that because like I said, I'm like, again, it takes it almost kind of like humanizes the experience a little bit. I feel like that's the perfect way to describe it. Because again, like, you know, they're like extraterrestrial type shit. You know what I mean? You know, so tell me, human, like, what does it mean to you type shit? You know what I'm saying? Again, I told you guys, it's okay to be a fan. It's okay to be a fan. Just don't take it too far. You can't be a stan. You know what I mean? Healthy levels of fandom.
Give a follow to my bro. Upcoming talent you don't wanna miss. Links below.
Hey, again, guys, again, you know what I mean? Could be the same guy. Could be the same guy. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not. Trust me. I'm just fucking around. I'm fucking around. Yeah. I'm intrigued. I'm engaged. I need to know what's more going on with Mr. With Black Soil. You know what I'm saying? So, not sure how much music they have out or how much they've made to this point, or if this is kind of like a, you know, introduction, if you will. So, shout out to Carpet Man for putting on just another artist this way that I feel like, you know, he just obviously rocks with and appreciates the kind of what the style that he's doing, especially when there's a lot of similarities kind of, I think, to the look and the overall like tone of kind of what they both do. So it's cool to see somebody like, you know, in the aspect kind of do that in co-sign that way. You know what I mean? Again, I loved the back and forth with the duet on this. I thought the feature was amazing. The tone overall of the record is exactly like in my wheelhouse. The vibe of what I like from Carpet Man, and I love this sound. So this one's absolutely going to go in the playlist right away. Like the other ones that I have in there, and like those ones, they haven't moved either. You know what I mean? Like it's just when the time is right and the mood is right. You know, it's Carpet Man vibes all day. You know what I mean? But he is also one of those guys where, like, when I go in that mood, we're going to go down your discography a little bit of, like, everything I know. I kind of hit them all. You know what I mean? Like, if I dip into one, we're going to hit them all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm slowly building up, like, the songs in my repertoire from Carpet Man. So I know I got some more to go. So I need you guys to make sure to let me know what the ones I need to catch up on and I have not done yet, so we can get those all caught up and whatnot. But I appreciate, especially everybody out there listening from the Ukraine. My heart goes out to you during this difficult time, as you know, as everything continues to transpire out there. There are people who care, and look out for one another the best that you can. So I think that's all I got for this one, guys. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. All right. Peter, what's up, friend? How are you? How are you? I think I saw something there in the beginning about your Patreon request. Maul should have put that in there, and it should be next. It should be next. Since you're our newest Patreon member, you get the next. You get bumped to the top of the line today. You get bumped to the top of the line. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Thank you for joining the Patreon. I really appreciate that. Yulita, how are you, friend? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Our friend from Ireland. Screams of Anubis, how are you, friend? Hope you're doing well. Sounds like you are still in some pain and feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment, still recovering. So I hope that you can have as speedy as a recovery as you could possibly have. You know what I'm saying? Quinn, hey friend, how are you? Only caught the last half of the song, but that was so fire. Yes, it was. I've definitely been appreciating the Carpet Man vibes. They are Ukrainian, and I believe that Black Soil probably also is Ukrainian as well. So, but yeah, total vibes. You know what I mean? Every like video he wears like carpet like drapery type stuff. You know what I mean? He kind of looks the same and everything, but he like switches it up and changes it a little bit. I don't know. It's when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But then I was like, it's kind of swaggy though. It's kind of swaggy, but the music itself is fucking slaps. So thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us today. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well, Quinn. All right. Okay, I'm refreshing the playlist, Maul. I'm doing it. Aurora, my body is not mine. Okay, that definitely sounds like Peter's request, because I remember his was for Aurora. How old is this one? Is this an older song? Oh, it's 7 months ago. Okay, so this is somewhat new too. Oh shit, I'm hitting buttons. Can you give it 5 minutes? I got the football on TV, so I'm only half tuned in. No worries there, friend. Anything for our newest patron member, you know what I'm saying? I can kill some time. Grimfell, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We got all kinds of celebrities in the house. We got Quinn, we got Grimfell, and Screams of Anubis hanging out with us in the middle of the afternoon. You know what I mean? Odd times today. But we started earlier today too. Than normal. Black Soil is Carpet Man's brother, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I'm sure they'll let me know. You know what I mean? Once I put out that stand speech, guys, that I was given, it was intended for a couple people. A couple people needed to hear that, and the Carpet Man people, there's a couple that needed to hear that message too. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of dual purpose. You know what I'm saying? A little dual purposed. Blue Stones is Dave's. Okay, shaking off the rust. Okay, cool. I see that in there. Joe, hey friend, how are you? I didn't say hi to you either. I hope you're doing well. Joe G, not Joe with the W. I don't see Joe with the W today. Hang on, Johnny. Peter says, wait, so I pushed it. Doe. Oh, you pushed it? Oh, so we want to do Dave's next? Okay, well, okay, we could just do that. We could just do Dave. Elsie, what's up, friend? How are you? Jessica, I still see you over there. I still see you over there in the Twitch. I see you, friend. I appreciate you for hanging it down over there with Mr. Steve. You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody else over there hanging out in the Twitch right now? Again, if you're a Twitcher, If you're hanging out on the Twitch side, you're probably going to get some, you might get a request or two today. It's also time to take shout out to the lurkers, no chatters in the back. You know, again, you know, if you're first time, you've hanged out maybe before, but you didn't want to say hi. Today's the day. Today's the day. Well, every day is kind of the day. You know what I mean? Every day is kind of the day. We try to give some love to all the people who like to come out from lurking in the background. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the thing is, Jessica, on the Twitch side, you get to do like the head banging emojis. You get to do all the motion ones. You know what I mean? So when you really fuck with something hard, you can like, you know, I can see the movement. As I said, Rob made it into a reaction just because he was putting like over and over with the head banging emojis of how much he was digging that shit. And so, and Steve's reply was killing me. You know what I mean? He was like, apparently Rob really appreciated this one. He seems, you know, in his Steve's always, everything that he says always has like the most calming approach to it. Even with the chats, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how anybody could take Steve as like a jerk, you know what I'm saying? Because he is like, has like the sweetest approach with everything that he says, you know what I mean? So shout out to Steve. Steve is like he is the main chatter on the Discord. I will give him all the credits of being like the main chatter on Discord for sure. He talks to everybody on there. Football is finished. We are out of the Champions League Cup competition. Sorry to mess with the schedule. I now need cheering up. We're better to be entertained than here. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I went to my first football. I went to an MLS game, Major League Soccer. That was my first like professional soccer experience about a month ago. And let me tell you, it was a lot of fucking fun, but my God, was it a cold ass night. It was freezing. It was freezing. I was so damn cold. I had to get a blanket. I had to buy a team blanket, fam. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, the upcharge on that night, oh god damn, it was expensive. I was like, we gonna make it. They were like, we're gonna make y'all pay for it today. We gonna make y'all pay for it. The hoodies were twice the price that night too. You know what I'm saying? That's America, baby. That's America. When it's needed, jack that price up. You know what I'm saying? Jack that price up. I don't even want to tell you how much that blanket was. I don't even want to tell you, but it was needed, and I have no regrets. I have no regrets. But yes. Going to watch soccer, or for those of you outside of the United States, college football, very fun experience. Very fun experience. Would definitely do it again. I definitely would like to go to some World Cup games. It is a plan. It is a plan to try to go when the World Cup is coming here. So I'm pretty stoked about that opportunity. Honestly, I don't think I'd really care which team I'd watch. You know what I'm saying? Black Soil is an African-American artist called Charles from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Miami, Florida. Shout out to Milwaukee, for sure. Petty Hendrix is from Milwaukee. What's my man's name? Is it Lake Homie? Lake Homie? Yeah, he's from Milwaukee, too. Shout out to him. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into Dave's request. Let's get into some Aurora, because I think after that we're getting into no. Yeah, we're gonna jump around a bit. We're gonna jump around a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. That's how we get down here, fam. That's how we get down. All right. Let's see. Peter. Let's talk about oh boy. Okay, Maul. I'm looking. Yes. I'm assuming that I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What exactly am I doing? Am I playing this? Is that what's happening? Please, can you listen to No Offense? He is the ultimate trans pop punk. Ooh, you're speaking to my soul there, Arnis. Arnis. My bad, fam. My bad. You're speaking to my soul a little bit. You know what I mean? You should hop on Twitch and ask that question. I'll probably give it to you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do Aurora first, Steve. We're going to do Aurora first. Anything else that I potentially am doing, I don't know. I don't know. I would assume. I'm gonna assume here, guys.
Watch me not be.
I'm gonna assume here, guys. Oh, this is oh yeah, sure enough, this is on Terry's actual, you know, his actual shit. Let's pull it up. Terry asked us if we could play this real quick, and I'm assuming it's because Quinn's here. I'm assuming that's why he was asking that we could do this. So I'm not sure what this is. He says it's safe to share, so I'm gonna play it because it's obviously on YouTube already.
Watch me not be able to say the third part. Hello.
Hey Terry, how's it going? We're Freeze the Fall.
Yes, we are.
And we've heard you've been going through a tough time, man, so we just wanted to say that we've been thinking about you. And we wanted to tell you something.
Yes.
We thought we could reveal a little bit of lore to you just to maybe brighten your day.
Yes, no one else has been told this lore yet. So, in the Aurora visualizer, there's a few times when there's silhouettes that are like falling or running, and those were taken from the hypothermia video, from when we were running through the snow and like falling into the water. So, yeah, there you go. There's your top secret, and no one knows.
Yeah. So feel free to share that or just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, do whatever you choose with this information. And yeah, we're thinking of you, and yeah, rock on.
Much love, Teddy.
Terry. Wait, no, this is full circle because in the interview today, someone called Teddy Terry.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
So
wow,
that canceled it out then.
that cancels it out. Yeah, the negative and the positive cancel each other out, and
There you
so yeah. Anyways, rock on.
go.
Shout out to Freeze the Fall for sure. You know, that's the cool thing about Freeze the Fall is that they will do something like that for someone like Terry. You know what I'm saying? Where they really care about the cold front. You know what I mean? Where like y'all actually mean something to them. You know what I mean? So obviously they cannot reach out to every single person with in every single situation. You know what I mean? But there's, you know, Terry has kind of been around for a minute. So it's just really cool to see that. And obviously Terry thought it was time to share that top secret information with the rest of us. So I thought that was pretty cool that they took those shots and stills from the hypothermia video, which totally would make sense. You know what I mean? I did get a chance to talk to Teddy a little bit about that video. She was the one who put that together. I got a chance to meet her and her partner Evan, who were the ones who did basically I think the majority of their music videos. And yeah, so Teddy pretty much killed that Aurora visualizer. You know what I mean? I feel like she went like extremely above and beyond in that. So like the fact that she just took like old footage and clips and stuff like that and just threw it in there, magical. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Teddy, shout out to Evan too, for all the work that they've done. You know, putting together VHS, hypothermia, Aurora, and then you know all future endeavors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Terry. Shout out to Terry for sure. Hope you're feeling better, man. I know you've been what's the word? My heart goes with you. My heart's with you right now, my friend. My heart's with you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing all right. All right. Peter. Let's talk about Peter now. Let's talk about Peter. Peter is our newest patron member. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, man. Again, really do. I really do. The patrons, y'all hold me down. Y'all make it easy for me to be able to just focus on trying to support these artists without worrying too much about all the stuff that really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? There's a lot of channels out there that wouldn't go about things, I think, the same way that we do around here. So I definitely, again, want to appreciate the patrons for sure for being that support system for me, for sure, to be able to continue going on this journey each and every day. So without y'all, I would never be familiar with people like Aurora. So, and I thank you guys for that. You know, now we have a few of y'all that just really love Miss Aurora. So you guys are definitely got to keep me engaged on keeping up with her. So I appreciate that. And I love the fact that all y'all have different like taste of what you guys like from her. So like it's different like styles coming from different people. So it's pretty damn awesome. So let's go ahead and check out Mr. Peter. Their request for My Body Is Not Mine Warriors version by Aurora.
I can remember the first time I felt my mind turning into a beast of an evil kind. If there's a demon in the light of my aim, I won't be calling its name.
All right, I'm distracted. My bad. We're going to have to start over because I can't do these closed captions. I can't do it.
I can remember the first time I felt my mind turning into a beast of an evil kind. If there's a demon in the light of my aim, I won't be calling its name.
Oh boy, it's like the darkest bag I've heard her get into. I don't even know where we're gonna go with this, you know what I mean? But that intro line is, whoa. Oh my God. Basically talking about, remember the first time I heard like the monster inside me talk to me type shit, you know what I mean? Okay. I didn't know this was where we were going with this one, but I like it. I dig it.
I would stare at the back of my hand for days, reading the wisdom written out for me in my veins. If there's a demon in the eye of my soul, I won't be letting you know. But the night kicks in when I know it's time. I build my walls so it's safe to hide. And the people I love I left behind, they see too much when I look in my eyes. Feel no pain and I never cry. I bleed no blood and I never die. My body's not mine, body's not mine, body's not mine. I need my body.
I get it. You never know where it's just gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like it had all these like kind of like these dark vibes in the beginning, where it's again. I feel like I say this all the time now. You know what I mean? Like almost every time that like I get introduced to like a new side of Aurora, it's like I didn't even know she had this side in her. You know what I mean? Like she's got a million of them. We've been talking a lot about the emo vibes from her lately, and this isn't really giving emo vibes, but this is like giving all like I don't know, like I guess dark vibes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm digging it. You know what I mean? And then I love how when you're taking kind of I guess like a lot more like serious and more unpleasant subject matter, and you're kind of like make it sound more happy, you know what I mean? Like the little da 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 does, like you know what I mean? And all of a sudden you just like want to start dancing, you know what I mean? It's like if there's a demon in the eye of my soul, I'll never let you know. Like, come on, fam. Like if you were just reading these lyrics, like you know, don't take away all the music, just break apart those lyrics. It's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like it was like. That's some dark shit, yo. That's some dark shit, but I fuck with that. You know what I mean? So I love when you put the dark shit over that happy sounding stuff. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is my bag, yo. This is my bag. This is what I get into. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, okay, make me feel something different when you're making me think and feel something different. You know what I mean?
And the past feels like another life when the story they somehow all survive. Repeats itself so many times, written cold in blood, heavy as the Bible. Feel no pain and I never cry. I bleed no blood and I never die. My blood is not mine, blood is not mine, blood is not mine. I need my body.
Are we about to get the pit going at an Aurora concert too? Oh my God, it's all coming and happening! Oh my God, oh my God. Somebody mentioned how I didn't mention the guitars in Flood. They were saying that I was surprised about that. And I was like, there's always something I forget to mention. You know what I mean? Where it's like right there. And it's like, oh, I meant to say something about that, but I never did. You know what I mean? There's pit energy in this one, fam. We have a song now where we can get the circle pit going at an Aurora show. Oh my God. Oh my God. This song is so good. This song is so good. It's so damn catchy. Like I love how that just like that like, you know, when you need my heart you cry, you need my body part. They just repeat it over and over again. I love the mantra type like lyrics that way, and I love the fact that it like went on for like a solid minute. And it's like I thought the song was coming to an end, but it was like, no, we're gonna go into a whole nother little section out here. You know what I mean? I was getting ready to start talking about the video and all that, but like, oh, the song's not even over yet. You know what I mean? I didn't know we had circle pit energy in Aurora songs. You never know what to expect with Aurora. I'm gonna say that again, where you really can't ever know what you're gonna get yourself into. You know what I mean? The blood drop out the eyes too, you know what I mean? Like, let's get this motherfucker going, you know what I mean? Open that shit up! Wall to wall right now! You know what I'm talking about? You came to move, Norway! you know, I will say, guys, I never know what she's ever talking about, and I'm not going to act like I even pretend to know what this song was supposed to be about. You know what I mean? I don't do that anymore. I don't do that no more. Aurora never guessing, never predictions. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say that I also kind of felt and took away some of the lyricism from this one was it made me think kind of a little bit of the attack on what I would consider the attack on women's bodies that we're kind of going through in society again. You know what I mean? Trying to more or less control and tell women what to do, what they can and cannot do with their bodies. So the ceasefire line at the end is what really solidified that for me. You know what I mean? Where it was like, stop attacking women. You know what I mean? It made me think about that, like, when you need my heart, you cry, right? When you need my affection and my love, you'll cry for that. But again, you still need my body, and you need to control it. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, I don't know if that's what it was, but like I said, it made me think and feel about that a little bit. So take that for what you will. You know what I'm saying? And I really loved the video too. I loved the video. I've seen videos done like this before, but you know, not to, I think, to the extent of how much I really appreciated this one. I thought it was extremely entertaining. I loved the fact that I think that it looked like almost every individual person kind of had the opportunity to kind of create their own version of how they were going to use those lyrics for their video. So I thought it was very fresh and unique to see everybody kind of doing their own thing that way. You know what I mean? And so many people from literally all over the world. You know what I mean? Like, there was some representation in there. Like, people were putting like some flags and stuff and trying to basically kind of put like their area, city, whatever, kind of on the map. So I thought that was really, really cool. And it just kind of shows overall the togetherness of the Aurora fans. You know what I mean? Where you guys have told me a few times what she calls the fans, but I can't remember what it is, to be honest with you. But they're all over the place. They're all over the world. You know what I mean? And it's just really cool to be and to see and witness more or less like that all kind of transpire in a music video that way, to show, because it is very much what the reality of her fans are. You know what I mean? Is literally pockets of like all over the damn world. So and we all recognize what basically the same things, and none of us can ever know what she's really writing about. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for this one, guys. Shout out to Peter again for the request on this one. Be kind to a stranger, tell somebody that you love them, and if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Oh, Roddy. Warriors are weirdos. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Yeah, it would have took me a minute. It would have took me a minute to get there. Terry says they're trying to control all of our bodies, what we put in, and who we love. That is actually very true. That is actually very, very fucking true. That's actually a very good, valid point. Peter says the same thing. Spot on, Johnny. Not just women, all genders and sexuality. Aurora asked the Warriors and Weirdos to send her clips in, and she compiled it. Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, I loved the video concept, and I think you guys are absolutely right that it's not just an attack on women. There's an attack on a lot of things right now. You know what I mean? Again, I don't think anybody is in a land of a free. In the land of the free, who the fuck are you to stand above, to be high and mighty, to tell people who they can and cannot love? In the land of the free. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how patriotic that shit is. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. You know what I mean? Like the blatant hypocrisy. It just drives me absolutely fucking insane. Absolutely insane. Where's that trans song that you got there for me, homeboy? Come on, homie. I need it. Let's talk today. Throw it in the playlist. Let's hear some trans punk. All right. Next, we got Dave. Dave with the Blue Stones, shaking off the rust. I don't think I know the Blue Stones. Sounds like a name I would probably remember, you know. But I don't think I'm familiar with these guys. So it's gonna be a first listen though. Other people tell me I'm a weirdo. Hey, you know what I mean? We're all little weirdos around here. You know what I'm saying? When you're part of the Foxtrot family, it makes you not weird. You know what I'm saying? We love everybody, and we want people to come as they are. You know what I'm saying? All we ask is that people treat each other with respect, and some people don't understand that. You know what I mean? Some people don't understand that it really is about just treating other people the way that you would want people to treat you. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of respect. I don't think it's that much to ask from people, but some people, obviously, you know, it's too much. It's too much for their brains to consider. You know what I mean? I can't stand people who play the victim about everything. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is everybody else's fault. Sometimes you gotta look at yourself. We have weird pride in the UK. Do you have that? No, we do not. No, we do not. Do you guys have like parades and stuff for that? Like what's that look like? You know what I mean? What is weird pride? Tell me what weird pride is. I would love to know what weird pride is. Blue Stones are a duo from Windsor, Canada. Oh, okay. Shout out to Windsor. I've been there a handful of times. Windsor's a nice little spot. Right there across from Detroit. Yeah, I've definitely spent some time there, for sure. I got my main man right down there on Main Street where I buy my Cuban cigars from. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. The one and only. If you're ever in Windsor and you need a good cigar shop, I will send you the spot. You know what I'm saying? My man will hook you up. My man will hook you up. Best cigar guy in all the world. You know what I'm saying? That's my homie. That's my homie. I wouldn't go to anybody else but him. If people say I'm a weirdo, I take it as a compliment. Again, agreed. You know what I mean? Like, I saw this thing the other day, and I'm not gonna say what the thing was because it was definitely a political statement, but it made me think about the idea of like, I've gone my whole life looking like an outcast. I don't plan on switching it up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I conform today? You know what I mean? I'm just going to give up the fight. You know what I mean? After all these years, fuck all that. You know what I mean? I embrace being different. I embrace the fact that I don't look like the rest of those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? On the good days. On the good days. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, don't get me started on how they attack being woke. You know what I mean? Don't even get me started on that shit, fam. Don't even get me started. I'm sorry that people take being woke as just being I don't know, conscious of social situations, social common courtesy. Whatever, fam. Whatever. Let's listen to some music. Maybe shaking off the rust is gonna get me talking. I don't know. You never know. You never know. Dave be sending some stuff that's just straight music fire. Sometimes he'd be sending stuff that gets me talking for 35 fucking minutes. So you never damn know. You never damn know. You never damn know. The Blue Stones, new artist to me, shaking off the rust. Again, shout out to my main man Dave for this one. I always appreciate you, friend. Let's go check it out.
My head against the wall, try to find my stride, but I trip and I fall, losing my attention again. Yeah, I hit the bottom, but I'm on the mend. I get up take another step, push it to the edge.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So we have to stop for a second and just talk about the fact that this video already is off to like an extremely high badass level. You know what I mean? The lighting in this thing, fire, 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 fire. And he got like that open piano. Ah, that shit is so sick. You know what I mean? Oh my God, is that so fucking sick? And again. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you could really, you can't really convey the message other than unless you felt it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's also a performer's job, is to try to convey that message, right? And some of them are just better than others. But to really make you feel those lyrics, especially about this subject matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, this ain't nothing I ain't never heard before. But you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, this guy, he's talking. You know what I mean? Here we are again. We're right back in that same spot. You know what I'm saying? Fire, 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 Dave. You're striking gold again, my friend. You're striking gold, and we just started.
Another step, push it to the edge. I get up just a little more. I can see the air. Yeah, you're finished. Yeah, you're mine. Always win in due time. You think too much. It's in my head. So I'm shaking off the rust, and you got no trust. It's in my head. So I'm shaking off the rust. I think I broke just a little bit. Walk through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can.
Letting you breathe on that? Letting you breathe on Lord knows I've tried everything that I can. Oh my God. You know, I feel like this first verse, this intro to this song, or whatever you want to call it, it makes me think about how recently I was having this conversation, and my friend was saying that sometimes you just have to understand that the things that you feel and are thinking in your head are just not real. That no matter how real they feel, it's not reality. And that's the hard thing to get over, right? Is I could sit there and tell them, like, I know this stuff's not real. I know it's not, but it feels so real. You could find all those reasons to paint the picture that you want to paint. It's really easy to connect the puzzle pieces to end in the doom and the gloom. You know what I mean? It's really easy to do that. It's like almost the easiest thing you could possibly do. It's a lot harder to connect the puzzle pieces to happiness. You know what I'm saying? It's way easier to connect them to the black pit. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, when they said that, like, the line about, like, you know, the Lord knows I've tried everything that I could. That's kind of how I felt in that moment when we were talking about that, where I told them the same thing, where I was like, I know it's not real. I know it's not true. I believe that. But how can I make it stop? You know what I mean? How do I get past the feeling of that? You know what I mean? And a lot of this stuff, again, like he mentioned in the lyrics of this one, is like it's manufactured in our own heads. We create that picture because it's the picture that necessarily, probably not that we want, but it's the one that we're wanting in the moment. And I think about that a lot of times when it comes to, you know, just my own personal battle that I've had with self-harm. And how easy it is to paint that picture and put those puzzle pieces together that is the right answer for me. Again, knowing that it's not. And some days it's really, really hard to just even believe anybody else when they say it's not. It's that's all in your head, and you can't believe that, and you can't trust that. I think it's important to find people that you can trust, that no matter what time of day it is, and no matter what time, no matter how you're feeling, that you can still believe them in those moments where I'm like, I believe you that it's not, even though on the inside I can't feel that right now. And to me, I feel like that's finding, like, you know, a safe place with somebody. And it's important to have those people in your life because, like, they're important no matter how much they realize it. And so I just want to appreciate and say thank you to all those friends that I've had that had been those people for me in those moments when I just needed somebody that I trusted to tell me that it's not true. You know what I mean? And to make me laugh about it on the backside and be like, you know, you can't trust your own fucking brain, bro. All right, Dave. You got me talking today. You got me talking. Let's homie cook. He's been cooking, but he let me breathe on it, so I breathed on it. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm shaking off the rust. Bang my head against the wall. Try to hold a smile, but I'm sick of it all. Everyone with something to say. Better hold my tongue or I'll make a mistake. Show 'em what I do, show 'em how it's done. Never turn it down, never gonna run. I learn. You think too much, it's in my head. So I'm shaking up the rust, and you got no trust, it's in my head. So I'm shaking up the rust. I think I broke just a little bit. Walk through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. Now I'm shaking off the rust. You think too much, it's in my head. So I'm shaking out the rust. You got no trust, it's in my head. So I'm shaking out the rust. I think I broke just a little bit. Walk through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. And I'm shaking up the rust. And I'm shaking up the rust.
I really didn't know we was going to take it to this level. You know what I mean? Even when he walked back to that guitar, when he was, and when we had our moment where he was letting us breathe, you know what I mean? Even when he walked back there, I wasn't prepared for this level of energy of a transition, because like we started off with that piano shit, and it was most of the time when you got the piano and you're not gonna jump into this kind of wave, you know what I mean? Like I don't think I've ever heard a song that jumps like that kind of wave like this, from starting from a piano like that. So really appreciated the energy shift in this one for sure. I didn't mention it earlier, but I'm gonna say it now that I'm like, I really love the sound of his voice. Just easy to listen to, you know what I mean? It's just he's got a voice that I would listen to, you know, and listen to hear way he tells stories, you know what I'm saying? I just really appreciate it. I think there's like a uniqueness to his voice, even with like the effects kind of like on the vocals. I just really love it. So yeah, and he's about to kick us with a little bit of a solo real quick, you know what I mean? Like, let you breathe on it again.
Yeah, I'm shaking up the rust. The rust. 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 Yeah, I'm shaking.
That was good.
That's fire.
All right, we're done here. Thanks, everybody.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, we gotta let it go the extra 2 seconds, or else Mom will deduct points. Okay, so it's all the way at the end. Fire video. Love the one take concept. Fucking smoked that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit was hard. The song was great. The whole concept of shaking off the rust, just kind of like trying to get out of when you're feeling like that, you know what I mean? Like, again, I call it the black cloud, the pit, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know what I mean? It's depending on the day is how dramatic I get about it, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, the easiest, probably the most relatable way is like the kind of like that black cloud, right? And, you know, we are all human beings, so I think that we're all only human to somewhat feel that way sometimes. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, some of us deal with this more days than not. And it's like an everyday trying to shake off that rust, even if it's just for like minutes or hours at a time sometimes. Like, I've been going through like this, like I feel like the last like 4 or 5 days where like it's like all of a sudden I hit a point in the day and all of a sudden like the facade is over. And it's like boom, right back to that pit. But in the reality, the majority of my day would be typically pretty good. So I get to shake off the rust for some hours at a time sometimes, you know what I mean? But again, we gotta go through that constant process every single day of like reminding ourselves that like the things that we are deducting in our brain and the pictures that we are trying to paint, whether we understand why we're trying to paint them that way or not, are not really, I think, what we want. I don't think it's what we want to feel either. But it is a constant struggle. So again, guys, I would encourage you guys to surround yourself with people that you're able to reach out to in those moments. And even for a second, if they can just make you feel a little bit like yourself. And they'll remind you of who you are and how others see you. because it's important. Because we're definitely not alone in this world, no matter how lonely we might feel sometimes. All right. I think that's all I got for this one, guys. Shout out to Dave. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Glad you liked it. We'll do another down the road. Sounds perfect, man. Yeah, definitely dug the sound. Jessica, you had to move. Is Twitch lonely? Is there nobody over there? Is nobody hanging out on Twitch anymore? I don't got my Twitch thing pulled up anymore. I can't even see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, yeah, sure enough. Sure enough. Lame. Lame, 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 lame. Kept freezing up on me. Weird. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Okay. All right, Mal. Is there anything in the list that I have to do at the moment? Or is it a free-for-all? Arson says, when it feels like nothing you do will make it better or easier, but you need to remember that it does get better and you can't get through it. No, absolutely. Again, you know, on the bad days, it's like, what's the point when I just know that 2-3 days from now, we're going to be in the same position we are today? You know what I mean? Like I said, on the bad days, I can sit there and we can beat this to a dead, till it's dead. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's, you can't really think that way. You know what I mean? It's, if you want to be negative, it's easy to be. You know what I mean? It's almost like you got to fight giving into that, I think, a little bit. And some days it's going to consume you, and some days it's going to be like impossible. You know what I mean? Again, lately, like I said, at a certain point in the day, it's almost like I can't even pretend anymore. You know what I mean? I can't even respond with anything positive. You know what I mean? We have Mobius as a first-time request from Joe G. Then let's do that for sure. If we don't have anything that is a need, I'm going to just pick things that I want to do. Bad Wolf, what's up, friend? How are you? Thank you for joining and hanging out with us. Are there any lurkers, no chatters? Are there any first-time listeners out there in the great wide world? Now's the time. We're going to do Mobius Loop, and then we're going to try this Noah Finance. I got to know what pop punk is all about. We've gotten into some club stuff. We've gotten into some all that kind of stuff. Well, we haven't gotten into any pop punk yet, so. Oh yeah, we doing Lovely Ladies. We doing it right after Mobius Loop. That's the plan right now. Unless a Patreon member like, you know, puts in a request or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm just making sure that, and none of these are Patreon and or donation requests. Sticking with the downer beat, Calandra announced their drummer, who has been unwell, has been diagnosed with MS. That's so sad. Their drummer is great too. That is very, very sad. All right, Joe G. Joe G. Our good friend Joe G. Not Joe with a W, but Joe G. We're going to do their request next. I have not done the newer Dwayne either. But I did hear a little snippet of it, and it sounded pretty good. Joe G. She has got us checking out Mobius Loop today. Governed Mind. New artist to me. I see you all over there. I see you. Yeah, Mobius Loop, Governed Mind, new artist. New artist. First request from Miss Joe G today. Shout out to her. Again, you know, newer friend to the Foxtrot family, so we appreciate her and her chance for to be able to hang out with us today. This is why we do early streams and late streams on Tuesdays, so that way some of our friends have just some new opportunities who obviously in different countries it's kind of difficult sometimes with the time difference. So appreciate her for hanging out with us today. So we're going to check out new artists to the family. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and jump into it.
And they all wanna live in paradise, but no one wants to give up their slice of pie, so they all just stay inside. Do what it says in the new guidelines. How many dare to question the government's intentions? Who governs minds? Who governs minds? Who's governed mind in you? What's true when everything's a lie? They movie script design.
When everything's a lie, a movie script design. You know, I try to stay away from political topics as much as possible, but we're going to try to, again, to speak generally here, because this is not just any one place problem. There's a lot of places in the world that a lot of these conversations kind of, it spreads a little bit, you know what I mean? The first thing I want to say is I love the overall sound and tone of this. You know what I mean? This is the first time I've ever done, I think, anything of this kind of like sound on the channel, so I'm already like, yes, love the vibes, love the vibes. I like the fact that she is, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I definitely feel like she's being herself, right? I don't think that this is like her like embellishing any part of her character, but the purposeness of, like, I think looking the way that she kind of does in the video in front of all these really, really, like, you know, noticeable government buildings, you know, type of thing, where it's kind of like being that person who's not part of that group. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's kind of like showing a little bit of that, like, again, I feel like there's always a place in art, and this is specifically in art, and especially music, for the people's voices to be heard. Now, trust me, guys, I know that the people who need to hear the message are not fucking listening. Trust me, I know. You know what I mean? But I think this kind of stuff is important because there's a lot of people out there that still fall into that trap of trusting too much. You know what I mean? I hear people say that you shouldn't trust the government and that they don't trust the government until the guy that they voted for gets in there. And then all of a sudden they trust again. You know what I mean? Well, you got to have faith in the process. Well, what happened if we weren't supposed to trust them? That they're all fucked up. That they're all shady. And now all of a sudden, we feel different. The playbook line. Are we not watching a playbook happen right now? We were told what was going to happen. If that doesn't tell you anything, then you're really not paying attention. And the comment which she was said about how everybody stays inside and follows the new guidelines. It just made me think about how all those people that I'm thinking of, how they don't really get out in the world either. You know what I mean? Because if you get out in the world and you talk to people and you interact with people and you'd see people, you would see how much different your perspective would be. You'd be like, wow, these people's lives are really not that much different than mine. Wow, I might have had preconceived notions about this kind of stuff because people taught me and pushed me in a direction to feel about something that I really didn't know anything about. I could literally say this about almost any time that I've ever had conversations with people, because I'm not typically the one to ever bring up any kind of topic that gets political, but people love to talk about it. Normally when those people start talking about bullshit and start talking about all, marginalized groups of people and stuff like that, and again, always feeling the need to justify why they feel a certain way about groups of people that are different than them, right there is already your first red flag. When you feel the need to justify your feelings to other people about why you might have some racial or bigots perspective. I guess the first thing is I always want to ask people is what do your friends or the people that you've talked to that belong to those particular groups, what do they have to say about these subjects? I've been so sick of people telling me how they feel about trans people for the last 4 or 5 years when they don't even know a trans person. Never talked to one. Never had a conversation. But yet everybody has an opinion about it. But again, what do your trans friends have to say about the situation? And I get it. Just because you might be part of a group of people does not mean that you speak for every single person amongst that community. But God damn it, if we won't use them as an example, you know what I mean, of how everybody fits into one category because one person said something. That's idiocracy right there, too. You know what I mean? We spend a lot of time trying to justify bullshit to other people to make ourselves feel better. Again, the overall point I think of this entire song, this entire conversation that I always take away from these songs is, I've said it about 1 million times on the channel, is that we are too busy arguing not on the pedestal, you know what I mean? Because we ain't part of that group. We're arguing down here about bullshit that does not matter, why the people who make all the decisions for us are making money and getting everything that they wanted in life. You know what I mean? Making rules to control us, making laws to control us, and tell us how to live our lives. And yet we keep buying into it that they have our best interests in mind. But you can only push people so far before people will wake up. And at the same time, I think that we're just going through just constant states of mass control tactics. You know what I mean? We're going through the day and age of the spreading of misinformation, so nobody can trust anything at all. So anytime that you bring up any sort of like opinion-based anything, when you try to give them facts, nobody's going to believe them. Because we're already at that point now where you could literally show people the facts and they won't believe it. You know what I mean? It's not credible anymore. We went through this with COVID, where all of a sudden, for the first time in my entire life, I was told to not trust the doctors and not trust the scientists. Okay, that's where we are in a society, that now we don't trust the medical experts now. You pick and choose your medical expert to trust. Okay, all right. We're only a minute into this song, guys. This is how much I've talked, so, you know. Obviously, it's pretty thought-provoking.
To confuse you and divide, to delude you and abuse you, to keep you from the truth. What's true? When no one dares to say what's true. What's true? And they all want to see the sacred sites, but no one wants to fight for their ancient rights. Well, we will not stay inside, won't do what it says.
Okay, so we see what I'm saying with how she looks like she stands so much out compared to everybody else in society. You know what I mean? Where, again, she's dancing and twirling around all these people that just look like, you know, like they're on their way to their jobs or some shit. You know what I mean?
What it says in the new guidelines. How many days to question the government's intentions? Who govern minds? Who governs minds? Who's governed mind in you? What's true? When they keep telling lies, continue to deny, refuse to answer why. When the news is an illusion to keep you from the truth. What's true? When no one dares to say what's true.
We're living in a plutocracy disguised as a democracy, where the affluent are getting off scot-free with the tax haven hypocrisy. Down on the picket lines in the UK, where trade unions are trying to have their say. A fair day's work for a fair day's pay is starting to sound just a little cliche. Can we all agree that equality is the pinnacle of human dignity? Still, it's hard to ignore the intent of the law when you break down a word into its archaic form.
Who govern minds? Who governs minds?
rhythm and do Etonian sophism. These phonies with the cronyism roll the wrong pants and you'll go to prison to keep you from the truth. What's true?
I feel like it's almost over.
When no one dares to say what's true, to keep you from the truth.
Who is to say what is true? Again, I feel like they pretty much just broke down, I think, like all the points that I think I made like when I was talking earlier. Like throughout the rest of the song, they just continued to keep kind of just talking about the same exact things. You know what I mean? Where, again, what is the truth? The truth is whatever we make it to be. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the overall problem, right? Is like, you know, that's what we were kind of talking about. Is like nobody really cares about what the actual truth is. It's the truth that they want to create in their own mind and world to believe. You made the comment about like, can we all agree that equality is like the basis of like human dignity? I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but in the United States of America, we are trying to get rid of the idea of equality in all of its forms. No matter what you want to call that, you know what I mean? We're trying to, again, put some people up above the rest and the needs of those people, above the rest of everybody else. And I think the easiest one that you could probably say today is just like, we're back in a day and an age, and I think in our country where we're trying to separate ourselves from women again. I can sit here and give you examples all day long of like why I think that. But I think that that's like the first automatic one for me is, again, we're trying to create the divide of men and women again. We're trying to kick women out of positions of power within businesses. And we're trying to make it a lot more difficult for them to advance. Unless you're in some sort of environment where that's already part of what you're already a part of. You know what I mean? Women-owned businesses or anything like that, right? Or women-run businesses where they'll continue to thrive in those environments because it was never going to change. You know what I mean? But all those other places that try to pretend like, oh yeah, we're going to give y'all a chance now. If you're just thinking about it from the perspective of a guy to a woman, think about the skin color next, and think about how those opportunities are also lacking. So, again, I feel like we're in a day and age of trying to cause division and amongst each other when the problem really is above us. So don't fall into the trap. Don't be the sheep that you claim that you're not. You know what I mean? Don't be that sheep. If you don't think you're a sheep, don't be a fucking sheep. Have your own thought. Listen, have your own opinion. Don't rely on other people to tell you how to feel about things. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room. Thank you. You are very welcome, Joe. You are very welcome. I'm glad that you appreciated the reaction. That's what matters the most to me. I don't think the artist would hate it either. I don't think they would. I don't think that they would. All right. Noah Fence is next. The early stream has been a very, very, what's the word today? Okay, so we've been almost at the 2-hour mark. So we're going to go for probably a little bit longer before we cut it off for tonight's stream. A lot of discussion pieces today. A lot of music with a message today type shit. You know what I'm saying? See, sometimes these things just work themselves out. You know what I mean? All right. Arson, our good friend Arson, has got us checking out another new artist to the family today. And Arson is on the newer side of being in the Foxtrot family. Been around for a little bit, but we definitely appreciate them. Today we're checking out No Offense. Like No Offense, I think, maybe. No Offense, maybe 1-2 names, I don't know. No Offense it sounds like something kind of cool, so I don't know. Maybe it's a stage name, maybe it's a real name. I'm not sure. The song's called Lovely Ladies. Yeah, let's jump right into it. Again, shout out to Arson for the request on this one. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a hard time understanding this part of it. I'm gonna have to throw in the closed captions for this part. Okay, there's no parts in that, but I'm hearing it a little bit better the second time. So let's try this one more time. I'm gonna turn it up so I can hear it better. Hold on. Some of this stuff is happening too fast and I can't see it all. What did that little note say? I don't think I went back far enough. How to get 5 million YouTube subscribers. 1, trans all the kids. Okay, like I say, it's a little things that I'm always a little curious about. You know what I mean? That's funny. Lots of stuff in there. I'm not going to speak on things that I don't know, but I know a little. So I noticed a lot of like names of procedures and stuff like that I have seen before. I have a few friends who have transitioned. some pre-op, some post-op. And if there's one thing that I will say that was pretty consistent amongst my friends this way, was that all of it was scary for them. No matter how exciting they were excited about it, it was all a very scary process for them. Especially with the fact that the laws almost changed almost daily and weekly to affect so much of these different things, especially when, in the United States of America, where every state had kind of different opinions about how they were going to go about things. In terms of the overall song, love the sound of it. Absolutely love the sound of it. It's definitely right in my wheelhouse, right in my bag. It's got a great vibe, a great energy to it. It's definitely going to end up in my playlist. And I would definitely want to hear more. I definitely want to hear the next song too. You know what I mean? So I would definitely want to dig a little bit more. I like the video concept of being like the doctor. You know what I mean? And I think that the lyrical content in this one, I think, is very appropriate, again, for the subject matter, right? Because a lot of times, if we think about the art of music, and we think about like how much representation that we have had from the trans community, period. It's been pretty non-existent. You know what I mean? So I think that music is a place to be able to share and express your experiences through an art form. And so I think that the lyrical content definitely matches that in this for sure. So I liked the lines about, lovely ladies teach me how to love. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of nuance to that. There's a lot of nuance to that line. And I'll show you yours if you show me mine. I'll show you mine if you show me yours, type shit. Whatever, right? Again, a lot of nuance to that, right? So again, I feel like that's representation. I feel like that's speaking from your experiences, is speaking from your perspective and your mental vantage point. And so I think that it's important to share those stories so that way people who are not familiar can somewhat understand, you know what I mean? Even if it's done in a lighthearted way or a more serious way, you know what I mean? I feel like there's room and a need for it all to be there. Yeah, so I think that's all I got for this one, guys. Appreciate their request. Again, shout out to Arson for the request on this one. Definitely want to hear some more from No Offense. No Offense? Not sure. Maybe that's how you do it. Maybe that's how you say it. I hope I'm right. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room. Bye. Hey, Jeff from Revelries here. What's up, man? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well, bro. Hope you are having a nice week. The song is going round in my head every day. I feel that, man. It's got a nice little quick 1-2 punch to it, you know what I mean? A nice little 2-minute track, you know what I mean? I know some people hate the quick songs. They hate the 2 minutes, the 2:30s or what all that, but I always give people the example. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. 2 minutes and 26 seconds is how long What's My Age Again by Blink-182 is, and we can all agree that that song is a fucking banger. And it doesn't feel like it's short. You know what I mean? You can make shit happen in 2 minutes, and it's going to be all right. Not everybody can. Sometimes it does feel like it's cut off early. You know what I mean? But you can't make it happen. You know what I mean? This is another example of one of those songs. It doesn't feel like it's too short. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a whole concept. So, great little 2-minute banger. You know what I mean? Zero, what's up, friend? I see you over on the Twitch side of life. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. This is the commercial breaks. Is that what you're saying, Jessica? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I think I'm gonna do one more on the early stream. I think I'm gonna do one more song. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do. How am I doing? I'm doing all right today, man. I am doing all right. Like, if I'm being honest, like I'll catch you up on basically everything I've said throughout the stream today. You know, put it all into perspective in a very quick and up-to-date fashion. Been going through it a little bit, but today I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where I've been feeling like good throughout the day, and then all of a sudden I kind of like hit a wall, and it's like back in the depressed bag, you know what I mean? So trying to keep my head above water, but I'm feeling pretty good today. Probably the best day I've felt in a good week. So do you mind if we end with LC? Yeah, we could do that. That's cool. Matis Yahoo. We can end with LC. The only thing I definitely want in tonight's list, I think, Maul, is the Earth to Eve song for sure, and then any other ones that need to make sure that it gets transferred. But the Earth to Eve song, I want to check that one out today at some point, so we can do that one tonight. I appreciate that, Jeff, man. You know, as we've had a little bit of the conversation a little all over the place via reactions today, in between reactions, so. A lot of conversation around it today. A lot of like just dipping into political talk a little bit. You know what I mean? Again, I hate the idea that just equality and treating people with respect is a political discussion. You know what I mean? I've never considered it to be a political discussion, but people think it is. So, again, I think that just treating people with respect and treating others the way that you'd want to be treated, I think is just what is humane of us to do, not necessarily political. But, hey, to each his own, you know what I mean? Thank you, Mom. Oh, thank you, Steve. Sorry. Appreciate you, Steve. Appreciate you for that. Wait a minute. That's what... Yulita, you didn't speak up, fam. You didn't speak up, friend. You didn't. You know, Maul said that you said something about it, but you didn't necessarily make it a request or something, so I was like, maybe she didn't really want that one. You know what I mean? So we'll do two more, because I know you probably won't be here later. So we can do NF too. So we'll do NF next because you are a patron, and then we'll finish with Elsie. I might be digging myself into a hole here because, you know, 2 songs could be 40 minutes. You never know. You never damn know. You got a song for me that's fun if I want to hear it? Just out of curiosity, guys. Just out of curiosity. Because I'm feeling a little froggy. You'll be here later, no worries. There's a part of me that has been thinking about doing the late stream on a different day. But I've already announced it today, so I don't really necessarily want to do that. Because these early streams, I feel like I could go for like a good three and a half hours on these early Jones. Because I felt the same way last week where I was like, I'm cutting myself off to save myself for later. And I'm like, honestly, I could probably just really keep going. Oh, and now we got new people popping up on the Twitch side too. Yeah, it's almost sacrilege. It's almost sacrilege right now. I don't think I've ever turned down an artist request. So I'm like, I can't turn down Jeff. You know what I mean? I can't do that. Okay, Yulita says next stream is fine. Okay, so we'll do enough next time. All right, Jeff, what you got for me then, bro? We got time for 2. We'll do Jeff, and then we'll again finish with Elsie's request, and then we'll just do NF tonight then, if Yulita's going to be there. But I gotta eat. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Not really. You know what I mean? I could always eat later. You know what I mean? It ain't even like that, y'all. It ain't even like that. Don't listen to Jessica. Don't even listen to Jessica. I'm not even hungry. I'm not even hungry. Galleon's DeLorean. Let's check it out. Galleon's DeLorean. Please follow the traffic rules. What the fuck is going on? Oh, they got a little disclaimer on the front of this video. Okay, okay. Eat on stream, Johnny? I could be that dude, right? You know what I mean? Just like never leave. Just never leave. I'd have to. I'm not gonna say that. $10 p.m. is the goal for tonight. 10 p.m. All right, y'all. Let's check out this next one. Which one are you doing, Johnny? Galleon's channel version? Uh-oh. You're never leveling? What does that mean? Yeah, we're gonna do... I think I feel you, Steve. Yeah, we're gonna do the channel version. Whatever one for the artist. The Galleons themselves page. We'll do that one. There's one from a channel called Dream Sound. Yeah, that's the one I originally clicked on. So yeah, we're not going to do that one. To save confusion, what time is it now there? Okay, so right now it is 6:20 p.m. So we will be back in 3.5 hours. Give or take. 3 hours and 40 minutes. That is the point. That's what I'm saying. For some people, it's going to be mad late. Like Paul. It's going to be the middle of the night for him. But for our Australian friends, it'll be like the middle of the afternoon. Oh, they meant leaving. Gotcha. Okay. I was like, I'm never leveling. I'm like, what does that mean? I was like, I know, I'm never leveling up. I'm always staying in the same spot. All right, let's talk about some Revelry for a second, guys. Because our good friend Jeff from Revelry is here today. and he's got us checking out another artist that's new to me. He's been putting on us some good ones. The last couple times we've been hanging out, he's been putting on us some good artists. So I really appreciate his taste. So I would imagine this is no different. You know what I'm saying? The artist is called Galleons. Again, we're going to talk about. We're going to get to them. But if you haven't heard of Revelry, I need you to go ahead, check out the links in the description, because below Galleons, I'll have all the links for Revelry too. So that way you can go check out their music as well. Fire. Do it. Trust me. Just do it. We're checking out DeLorean. I'm sorry. Galleons. The song is called DeLorean. Let's do it.
Another memory. I wanna be a haunting reminder of what we could have been, of what we should have been. Like it's always lurking behind you. Maybe tonight I'll go for a drive and hold onto the wheel a little tighter. I wish I had a smoke, 'cause I just like the look of a flame dancing on a lighter. Just to feel something real, I let go of the wheel. Put my life in the hands of 2 tons of steel. On an empty road in the middle of the night, snapping out of this is harder than I ever realized. Guess I better say my goodbyes, 'cause I don't wanna waste your time like you waste mine, like yours is what.
Baby! This is totally my bag. Oh my God. It's a whole song about night driving, baby. Oh my God. I don't know how much I've talked about this on my channel, but I am definitely the depressed kid who drives around at nighttime. I am, baby. I talk about riding through the city all the time. You know what I mean? Windows down when it's cold. Everybody looking at you like you're crazy. You know what I mean? Just trying to feel alive, listening to some music. This entire song is about that, fam. You know what I mean? The DeLorean. And then I thought that was the chorus, but that was like the pre-chorus. Oh my God. It just kept going. And getting better and better until I got all the goosebumps on me. You know what I'm saying? I said, this is totally my bag. Shout out to Jeff.
'Cause I don't wanna waste your time like you waste mine, like yours is what more than anyone else says. Right? You have to like a match and burn it all down into ashes. And what did we learn from what we said? That ain't always till we're dead. But in the end, you ain't worth shit, and I'll never forget it.
Oh my God. Again, guys, the hairs are sticking up. I'm glad I'm glad we were able to wear the t-shirts today, guys, because now I could just show y'all. You know what I mean? That the goosebumps they just stand up. You know what I mean? That's a great sign. It don't happen like that. You know what I mean? I can't make goosebumps appear on me. You know what I mean? Oh my God. All the little like like, you know what I mean? All the high pitched shit with the little growls over top. Ah! So my fucking bag. With the screaming. Oh my God. I can't. I roll the window down and let the breeze run in, even though it's fucking cold outside. Oh my God. See, when I get ahead of myself, when I get ahead of like what they're gonna write, that's when you know. Oh my God. Maybe I should eat. Yeah, maybe it'll help calm me down a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe I get more energy and I'll be screaming even more about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Jeff. My man holding it down.
Let the breeze run in, let the wind blow out my cigarette as the city sounds of it fade away. All that's left is the dark, obscurity. All I ever need is a simple thing. I wanna be in the seat right beside her, so when we careen off on the road and bleed in each other's arms, we'll be kind. waste your time, like you waste mine, like yours is mine, more than anyone else's. Why you have to like a mention, but it all down to essence. And what did we learn from what we said? That anything over till we're dead. But in the end, you ain't worth shit, and I'll never forget it.
In the I can't, guys. I can't. All right. Subscribe. Thumbs up. So much fucking fire. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Yeah, we're gonna add that too. Holy fuck. Boost, guys. I'm not seeing some thumbs up from the bands or anything like that. Oh, somebody put the lyrics in here. I know you need a smoke, but the blood has soaked into our clothes and the wet lighter. God damn it, I love the lyrics in this shit so much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this was fucking good. But in the end, you ain't worth shit, and I'll never fucking forget it. Okay, more boosting. That chorus, facts. Oh my god. Oh my good god. Yes, I'm sold. How old is this shit? Okay, it was from last year. Okay, that means that they have more music then. They got to. Shout out to Jeff, fam. Shout out to Jeff. You got the screams today. I haven't screamed at all today. I haven't done a single scream today. Again, it's all been like introspection, talking about real shit. You know what I mean? It was when you said a nice, happy, fun song. I was like, yeah, let's do it, please. Let alone that I know this was going to be like the song that saved my life today. You know what I'm saying? I don't say that often. I don't. I really fucking don't. You ask the mods, how often do I say that a song saves my life that day? It's not even once a week. I say it on stream. So that's more important than a gold star. You know what I mean? So again, shout out to Dave. Shout out to Dave too, but shout out to Jeff from Revelry for sure. Again, I promise you guys, fuck with the links in the description. Do it. You already know who Galleons is if you're here, right? So you're already familiar. Go get familiar with Revelry too. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to them. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Oh, man. Fucking great. I love you too, bro. I love you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Oh, it's always great seeing your name pop up in here, man. I appreciate that. Oh my god. Yeah, that song was fucking fire. That last one you sent me too was goddamn good too. A lot more on the core side, but fuck, you know. But both these are my wheelhouses. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I like your taste, my guy. I like your taste. All right. What kind of vibe is Matsyahu? Matisyahu? 15 years ago. Oh, damn. So he's been around for a hot minute. I feel like I've heard this name a bunch of times, but I don't know like their music like that. Steve says, not too bad of a guitar player too, is Jeff. Seriously. He comes up with some fucking fire-ass riffs, fam. Elsie's still here. Cool. Awesome. We're about to finish with your request then today, my friend. Always appreciate you, Elsie. Again, you're one of the long-time day one OGs type shit. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate you, my friend. You put me on a carpet, man. And I'm pretty sure you're the one who put me on Grimfell. You know what I mean? So yeah, Elsie, you definitely have a good place in standing within the Foxtrot family for sure. You have definitely brought some gold gold to the channel. Arson, you have a good night. Arson, you have a good night. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. Appreciate the request today, too, from you, friend. All right. Our good friend Elsie again. She's got us hooked on a bunch of good artists in the family. You know what I mean? You know, we got some channel staples now. You know what I mean? Because of her. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for her, we would never have our good friend Grimfell. You know what I mean? Not all the reactions that we've done for Grimfell and all the reactions that we'll continue to do for Grimfell, you know, it's all thanks to Elsie. Originally, you know what I mean? She was the one who was like, yo, dog, I think you might fuck with this guy. So shout out to her. She also was the one who put us on to, you know, a few others. You know what I mean? I wanted to just specifically focus on Grimfell today. Because Grimfell, again, shout out to him. But shout out to Elsie. Again, longtime Foxtrot family member. So definitely appreciate her and everything that she brings to the table and the joy that she brings to the community when she is around. So definitely want to appreciate her. She has got us checking out a new artist to me. Again, I'm sure I'm the one who's under the rock here for not ever hearing of this artist before. I believe I've heard the name. I just not familiar with the music. Modest Yahoo. I hope I said that right. The song is called King Without a Crown. Let's go ahead and check it out. I was not prepared for this. Yeah. This is thrown off my brain, I think, a little bit. Thrown off my brain. The vibes are up though. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging the vibes. I just did not I was not prepared for what has transpired now. Oh boy. Okay, right there. What he just did. Okay, we'll run it back. We're gonna run it back. Hold on. Let's let him cook.
Time the world is dark and I just can't see. With these demons around all around, bring me down to negativity, but
Well, he just did right there. I've reacted to a lot of white boy rappers on this channel, and I tell them I'm tough on the white boy rappers. You know what I'm saying? When this guy just did that, you know what I'm saying? You got to step it up, white boys out there in the world. You know what I mean? It's not enough just to rhyme twin with win. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, where do we begin? You know what I'm saying? Be a reggae artist? Like, that's fire. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is just like a one-off song that he did, or this is like his entire swag. But if this is his entire swag, I'm interested. Y'all have only heard me say it a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll fuck with reggae. You know what I mean? I'll fuck with a lot of kinds of music. Like I said, I'm pretty much can get down with a little bit of almost everything, except for country. You know what I mean? And the bland ass pop music of the world. You know what I mean? Even, like I said, even I could get down with a little bit of the pop stuff too. But it's got to be like the ultimate good shit. You know what I mean? Not everybody's making the good shit. So if he's a reggae dude, keep the request coming, fam. Slave to your life. Wow, what did he say? He didn't say it like that. Yeah, he said something else. He said, you're a slave to yourself and you don't even know. We've been talking about that all stream about how we are basically slaves to our own insecurities and our own self-doubts this way. A lot of times, like, you know, again, we talked about it at the very beginning of the stream about some hater out there in the world who was talking shit. You know what I mean? And I get it. Not everybody's going to fuck with you. Not everybody's going to like you. And I don't expect everybody to like me or fuck with me. But when I know you're a piece of shit is when I didn't even do anything wrong and you're still finding a way to try to still do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But when I can recognize that you're just a sad, pathetic person and that's why you're taking it out on me, that doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? My own intrusive thoughts of self-doubt bother me than those people's comments about me, because I don't care what those people think. You know what I mean? And so, again, we are more of a slave to ourselves than the opinions of others. And a lot of times it's because we're worried about what others think, even though we don't really even care what they really even think. That's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Is like I said, I'm like, did that comment bother me a little bit? Yes. But did it make me feel like I needed to quit my channel and make me rethink everything? No. I did that to myself. You know what I mean? I was a slave to my own thoughts before that comment even happened. You know what I mean? So again, we've been talking about this, the same subject matter all day long. But we can't fall into those black clouds and those thoughts aren't real. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we can't be this a slave to our own self-doubt. That shit was hard, yo. I don't know how I've never heard this song before. Honestly, I really don't know how it's never crossed my path like this, to be honest with you. The little like solo in there was pretty damn cool, and then they brought back that tempo down, back to like kind of back to those smooth, chill vibes. You know what I mean? I like the fact that he was like very, very fast, like through this entire thing. Even like the chorus and the hook, like, you know, there's a lot of words in there. You know what I mean? But it's catchy and it's good. You know what I mean? I dug the fuck out of that. So definitely dug the vibe. You know what I mean? So yeah, if he's a reggae artist, I'm curious now. I'm very curious. So I'm interested. Shout out to you, LC. Definitely appreciate the request on this one. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. I don't even know what to play after that, guys. I don't even know what to play. I think I should just say goodbye. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't even know. I had to have zero idea of a Johnny pick right at the moment. I've been listening to so much Magnolia Park. I feel like I'm gonna just play one of theirs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Have a good night, Joe. Have a good night. Definitely have a good night. Y'all still talking about merch ideas? I have my picture like through the crack, like from The Shining, and just have like some soap on the other end of it, like some soap in my hand or some shit. All right, guys, we have reached Johnny pick number 1 of the day. So we will be back again at 10 p.m. That's just in 3 hours and 15 minutes now at this point. So we'll be back at 10 p.m. for more shenanigans and more fun. So yeah, today, first pick of the day is going to be Magnolia Park. They have a new album that came out over the weekend called Vamp. That thing is a no skip for me. I don't say that about, I don't lie to y'all. I do not lie to you. I do not lie to you about how I feel about things. I know there's some people in the world out there that think that I just praise everything, which is not true. But I just praise the things that I do like. You know what I'm saying? So if I fuck with it heavy, you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So they got a new album called Vamp. And I'm quite honestly, guys, like, again, I'm gonna say it's a no skip for me. I think it's the best record they've put out so far. You know what I mean? And they've put out some good ones. You know what I mean? But to me, I feel like this was so solid, so consistent, start to finish. There's no lull. There's no lull. It's not long, and it feels like a great album, like through and through. So I was really, really happy when I listened to this project. I've listened to it probably about 5 times now, I think, since it came out. So the song I got for you guys today is a song from one of the features. This song is called Crave, and it's featuring an artist called Pink Noise. If you ever heard of Pink Noise, they were doing a bunch of like videos, I think on like Reels and TikTok and stuff like that, of them doing like a bunch of covers, especially like, you know, Chester Bennington covers, you know, type of deal, doing like the 17-second screams type shit. So if you're not familiar with Pink Noise, you gotta get yourself familiar. They only have one song out right now, but that song is a fucking banger. Let me tell you. So I'm excited about their career. I was excited to see them on this album, and they definitely cooked this fucking feature. So I thought that the voice between their voice and I think his name is Josh from Magnolia Park. Don't kill me if I'm wrong about that. I want to say his name's Josh, but the way that their voices blended together in the feature in this one, I thought was particularly really fucking well. So I just really loved seeing Pink Noise on this one. So this one is off of their new album Vamp. The song's called Crave. That was Crave, Magnolia Park, featuring Pink Noise. Again, guys, that album is pretty damn remarkable. It's pretty fucking fire. It's great from the first track to the last track. You know what I mean? I am so stoked to go see them in Baltimore. We are getting very, very close now. We are within a week now. We are within a week from the show. I'm looking forward to this shit. I'm really looking forward. It is my second time going to be able to see them live, and I'm very stoked the fact that it's going to be on this tour. So really looking forward to see what they're going to add to the set list from this record. It's going to be hard to choose ones. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to choose. I'm like, because of all the classics from like from the day, you know, I'm like, what else are we going to add in here? You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot to get through. So I'm excited to see what the set list is going to be like, and I'm really looking forward to that show. So yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. You know, be kind to a stranger, tell somebody that you love them, and if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Well, guys, it has been fun. It has been real, and it has been real fun. We will be back in 3 hours. 3 hours. I'm not going to drag it out the goodbyes today. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to Maul. Shout out to Steve for holding us down today. Shout out to Russ, even though he's still out there working. Shout out to Anna. She's out there working too. Shout out to Pixie. She's been hanging out, so appreciate her. And okay, our celebrities. Anubis. Shout out to Screams of Anubis. Shout out to Grimfell. Shout out to Jeff from Revelry. And shout out to Quinn from Freeze the Fall. Thank you. Appreciate them all for swinging by and hanging out with us today. Again, shout out to Jeff again for that fire-ass fucking request. Whoa, my God, that was that fire. So, yes. It's been a good stream. It's been a good stream, guys. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We'll be back in a few hours, and I promise I'll get something to eat. I promise I will. Yeah. Remember, you're not listening to a song right. If you can't tell, it's a banger in the first 5 seconds. And I love you all, but you got 3 hours to bathe until the next time I see y'all. So until next time, I'll see y'all in a little bit.